Welcome, and this is video 2. We are going to see about Indian economy. Okay, this is the base from which your classes, forthcoming classes, will be based on. So, Indian economy, we will have some facts and a general discussion about it and present situation. Okay, so according to IMF, so IMF's World Economic Outlook. Okay, so India is the fifth largest economy. Okay, so after US, China, Japan, uh, uh, German, then comes India. So India is the fifth largest economy based on nominal GDP. Okay, so the next fact is purchasing power parity. India is at third place. Okay, first is China, then USA, then third is India. This is also based on GDP. Then after that, we need to know the sectoral classification. So generally there is a three sector hypothesis for any economy. So usually this is primary, secondary, tertiary. People may think this is simple, but there are some nooks involved in this. So if they ask in their examination, there is more possibility that one can commit mistakes in this event. So let me try to tell that. So primary, secondary, tertiary are the three sector hypothesis. So for any country, for a development, initially it should be a primary, then went on to secondary, then finally it will become a tertiary. Okay, primary, it is based on uh, raw materials. Then secondary is based on manufacturing. Then tertiary, this is based on services. Okay, so apart from that, there is something like quaternary sector. That is what some people involved in R&D and the others. Then the another is quinary sector. Okay, what is quinary? So top level decision making or executives. Okay, so this is quinary sector. And take India. India, yes, this is again the same case. Why I am telling there is some nook involved in this is India, it's either a primary or it called the first sector is agri sector or fisheries or forestry. This is primary. Okay. The point is, since it is outdoor job, if who are all engaged in agriculture, those who go out and work, right? So this is known as red collar. Okay, say sun, they works in okay outside. So that is why this is known as red collar job. Then the second is industry. Okay, and industry, India classified even the mining and the quarrying. Okay, as an industrial sector, that is a secondary. Okay, people may ask, this is raw materials, but this is hypothesis, but it is based on country's version. So India, the mining and the quaternary and also construction are in this industry sector, and also utility services, say electricity. Okay, electricity, gas, water supply, and other utility services are also in this sector because this involves huge industrial manufacturing, right? That is the reason. So people involved in this sector are known as blue collar job. Okay, blue collar. If you see industry, most of the aprons and others are in blue in color. Okay, that you can make an idea or key. Then the third is service sector. Okay, those who involves in trade and others are the public administration. Once you become an officer, you will be under service sector. So that's it. And one more thing, this culinary sector, the job is known as gold collar job. Okay, and this service sector, yeah, one who is in public administration wears white, right? So this is white collar job. Okay. So this is the thing, and if you see the nature of the Indian economy, Nature of the India is a mixed economy. In last class we discussed a lot about this, how it became mixed economy. India is a developing economy, and India in terms of population it is agricultural economy. In terms of economic, that is GDP, it is a service sector contributing to the most. So India, that as I told you, the shift from the primary to secondary to tertiary actually doesn't happen with India. Initial, I will tell you the reason. I will tell you the reason. Okay, then yeah, the reason is what happened with our Indian economic condition. Initially, what happened after independence, we made a 5 year plan in 1950s. We will discuss all the 5 year plans. So this is the base. Okay. So prime moving force. What is prime moving force? So more budget will be allocated for this, and more focus should be on this sector. So that is prime moving force. So initially, what one should country should adapt. Say for example, India then 1945, after independence 1915 they started 5 year plan. So initially for a country with a lot of people, a lot of unemployment, a lot of illiteracy everywhere. So obviously the prime moving force would have been agriculture, but India opted for industry. Okay. So if you take the Mahalanobis second 5 year plan, focus more on public sector units. So yeah, there are some positives also, some negatives also. You cannot simply tell like this is negative thing. Okay, because then after the look at the situation now. Then 1940s, World War has ended, need for machineries, need for equipments and everything. So also the India had seen the industrial revolution from the Western countries. So India opted for industry, okay, but there are some bottlenecks. So that is, if it is a positive, the negatives are the bottlenecks. Bottlenecks are lack of manpower. Suddenly, industry, who will operate it? Some you need some um, you need that that expert for that, right? Yes. So these are the negatives you can say, and you can add up your points for this. So India opted for industry, okay, but it was then population totally depends on agriculture mainly. Okay, even now, if you say 65% of population depends on agricultural with only 18% of GDP. Okay, so for the recent is in 2000, the recent estimate is 2020. I think it is some 15% of GDP. So the trend is agriculture GDP is declining. Okay, and also agricultural population is also declining pace. It is in declining pace. Okay, so this is one thing, and then after that, this is with agriculture. So industry, and this is with agriculture. Okay, so why prime moving force? That's the thing. India opted for this, though this is the situation. So like this, and so what happened to this? Though agricultural country, we opted for industry. So what happened is a market failure. There is a debate whether it is a market failure or not. Okay, so that's a part, but India can be example for this because industrial sector there is not much growth. Say for example, industry contribute to 17% of GDP. It's approx. Okay, 17% of GDP. Okay, and that is with I think on the service sector. You know how much it contributes? 60% of GDP. Okay, so agricultural population is more in population based on population. Agri population is more. Then after that, industry is more. Then after that, service is more. But in terms of economic, that is in terms of GDP, number one place to service, then to industry, then to agri. So this is the scenario now. So as I told that a theory, country should become uh, developed. If you see the least developed countries, they involved in agriculture, and middle developed or developing secondary sector, then developed countries service sector. That is where the contribution is from. So but in example, for in India case, that is not the exact case, but yes, this is the case. Population and non-agriculture, but economic condition is depend on service sector. And if you see service sector, there's for example 1990s to 2013 or 15, that compounded annual growth rate is nearly 8.1 percentage, which means a huge growth. But if you see agricultural, the growth pace, say the growth pace is for approx year on year it is 2 percentage. Okay, so though there is a growth percentage, um, the look at the CAGR here. Okay, so this is in faster pace. Then after that, yeah, we discussed that market failure. So why India opted for this? So but what happened 2000? But what happened later 2002? Okay, 2002 India, what it has announced, hereafter agricultural will be the moving force, prime moving force. India has announced it. Okay, to tell other countries that India will not be any more example of market failure. But though late, it however opted for this, and that is the reason the agricultural policies, agricultural export policies, and India's ambitious target of 4% of annual growth of agriculture are all going on. And likewise, whenever the census comes, or UPSC always asks about export, mostly about that agricultural, industrial, whatever the export, what are the export policies associated with this. Okay, if you think this is the base, from this only the chain of the current affairs coming. Okay, so either in the agriculture or in the industry or in the service. Say for example, last year, the 2020, the prelims, they asked about moringa or murungaka or a drumstick. They asked about the export of it. That is very general term. Like whoever knows the general term, they can answer. It's not like one who reads that, only one who read that can only answer that. Okay, that's the thing. And yeah, more or less discovered, more or less discussed, and um, yes, apart from that, you need to know other things like nature of Indian economy, as we discussed earlier. It is a mixed economy, and India is a developing country and agrarian. And India had seen 12 5-year plans. Then after that, planning commission was a predecessor, and then after that, Niti Aayog took over. Okay, so if you read about the 12 5-year plan and Niti Aayog and the thing, and mostly the economy based on the policy, monetary policy and fiscal policy. What is monetary? Monetary, the word itself says that money. Okay, that is bank. Bank involves interest. So using that interest rate, it either injects or to take away that money. So that is called a monetary policy. If you say fiscal policy, fiscal parameters, say inflation and then others, then no, mostly done by government. Okay, so yeah, if you see what are the monetary policy and fiscal policy like that, these are the base. From this only the chain of economy starts. Okay, whatever the current affairs you see will be based on this. Yeah, we will discuss in detail in forthcoming chapter. Thank you. And one more thing, in industry, I forgot to tell this thing. In industry, we got 8 core sectors. Okay, 8 core sectors. Yeah, if you want to know what are those 8, 8 sectors, I will tell you. Number 1, it is based on the weightage. I will tell you industry. Yeah, though this is messy, if you make it in the notes in exact manner, in the orderly manner, that will be your hints. And if you see it exactly, and then you can write in the examination. So number 1, based on the weightage, it is electricity industry. So then number 2, steel. Number 3, petrol refinery. Number 4, crude oil number 5, coal number 6, cement number 7, natural gas number 8 is fertilizer. Okay, fertilizer. Those who want to key how to remember, sir, this is 8. How can I remember this? That's simple. You can make any key. The key can be, I can tell you some suggestion like if you pass electricity into a steel chamber, the steel chamber looks like a refinery. In that refinery, if you puts that crude oil into it, and if you burns using coal, the fly ash will be emitted. That is the cement. Okay, and in this the gas, natural gas is also emitted. That natural gas you can put it for the usage of fertilizer manufacturing. So that is the key. So such kind of key you can make to remember such order. And yes, so one more thing is 1990s. Okay, World Bank announced that as I told the theory, initially the least developed country is agriculture, then further it develops as a service industry. But in 1990s, World Bank announced that you're seeing that growth of the China. If you see China, initially they, after their independence, China actually make they given more importance to agriculture. They analyze the situation. Okay, then after that in 1970s only it became industrialized nation. Okay, first they got their agricultural um, strong. Then after they gone to industry. Now they become a good in import, export, and service sector. So by saying this, in 1990s, World Bank also announced that agriculture is no more a criteria for least developed countries, and they finally accepted this also. So what we seen is primary, secondary, tertiary sector, nature of Indian economy. It's a developing, and what's a prime moving force, what it could have been, but what it is, and the current situation you can also interpret from this. And agriculture sector, some points we had seen. If you know some more point in agriculture sector, India is number one in net cropped area, and in agricultural India is on seventh largest export of agricultural export. And as I told you, some 2% of annual growth agriculture is. So what was the situation during that which favored for the opting industry as their prime moving force? Then the positives and negatives of it, you can write it in your mains if they ask. So like that. And other than this, the monetary policy, fiscal policy, that need to be discussed in elaborate, we will discuss. And this is the base. Using this base, whatever the current affairs, you can have a look on it and you can interpret on your own. Thank you.